you are younger, the answer feels simple. Your family, your closest friends, the people you have known for years. But after 60, things start to shift. Life evolves, people become occupied, priorities change, and slowly, you begin to notice that the support network you once trusted may not be as steady as you believed. In this video, we will explore 6 key pillars that often prove more dependable than family as you grow older. This is not about cutting people off. It is about recognizing where lasting support truly comes from, and making sure you are not left exposed when you need help most. When you create a strong base with these 6 pillars, you build the kind of stability and independence that helps you handle whatever life throws your way. Watch until the end, because these 6 pillars might shift how you see support forever. By the time we finish, you will feel more confident, less alone, and better prepared for what lies ahead. Let's begin. Pillar 1. Your financial stability. The most dependable support you will ever have is not another person. It is your financial independence. Money might not bring joy, but it does provide safety, freedom, and peace of mind. As you age, it becomes clear that counting on family for money is not a real plan. It is a gamble. Your children have their own responsibilities, expenses, and families to look after. Even if they care for you deeply, they may not always be in a place to offer help when you need it most. Take Richard, a 72-year-old man who always thought his children would be there if he ever ran into money trouble. He had supported them through college, given them loans, and always answered when they needed him. But when a sudden medical problem wiped out his savings, he turned to them for help, only to discover they were already struggling with mortgages, bills, and their own financial stress. Not because they did not love him, but because life is unpredictable. That is why building financial stability is one of the strongest support systems you can have. It is not about being rich. It is about being ready. It means having a backup plan, a regular source of income you can depend on, and knowing how to manage your money well so you do not have to rely on others just to get by. If you are in your 60s or older, ask yourself, have I saved enough to handle sudden expenses? Is my retirement income dependable? Have I reduced financial risks that could leave me exposed? If the answer is no, the best time to act is now. Learn to manage a budget, avoid debt that is not needed, and invest smartly in things that lead to long-term security, because when everything else changes, your financial safety is what will always be there, no matter what life brings your way. Pillar 2, your physical health. There is one thing that no amount of love, money, or support from others can replace: your health. After 60, your body becomes either your strongest partner or your biggest hurdle. The truth is, you can have complete financial security, but if your health fails, your independence disappears. And while your family might care deeply about you, they cannot stay active for you, they cannot eat the right meals for you, and they cannot stop aging from affecting your body. That job is yours alone. Many people ignore their health, thinking someone will step in when needed. But even if your loved ones truly care, they have their own responsibilities. They may not have the time, strength, or means to care for you, and relying on others for your health can leave you feeling helpless. That is why focusing on your health today is one of the smartest steps you can take for your future. Take Carl as an example. A 68-year-old man who had always been active when he was younger but stopped looking after himself after he retired. He assumed he had time to get back into shape, but before long he felt tired, struggled to move around, and found everyday tasks harder. His children came by when they could, but they could not help him every day. In time, Carl understood that if he wanted to keep his freedom, he had to take his health seriously. Not someday, but now. You do not need to train like a professional, but small, steady actions can change everything. Move your body every day, eat foods that help rather than harm, and make sure you go to your checkups. If you are dealing with constant aches, trouble walking, or changes in your energy, do not ignore them. Your future self will be grateful for every healthy decision you make today. Because when it comes down to it, your strongest support system is not your children, your brothers or sisters, or even your friends. It is your own strength, your energy, and your ability to keep going. The more you care for your health today, the less you will need to depend on others later. If you are still watching and these points are making sense to you, comment the number 2 below so I know you are with me. And if you have not subscribed yet, I suggest doing so and turning on notifications so you never miss a video. Now let us continue. Pillar 3, your social circle One of the biggest mistakes people make as they grow older is cutting themselves off from others. Often it happens without noticing. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, and suddenly your social world is smaller than you ever expected. The issue is that without strong friendships, loneliness starts to creep in. And loneliness, especially after 60, can be harmful. It does more than affect how you feel emotionally. It can hurt your health, reduce mental clarity, and even shorten your life. You might think your family will always be there to keep you company, but here is the reality. Your children have lives of their own. They have jobs, families, and responsibilities that keep them busy. They may love you a lot, but they cannot be your only source of companionship. That is why one of the most important pillars of support is your social circle. The people who check in on you, who make you smile, who bring positive energy into your day. These relationships are not just nice to have, they are essential. Think about Margaret, a 73-year-old woman who had always leaned on her family for company. She had 2 sons who loved her very much. But over time, they became occupied with work and raising children of their own. They still called her, but the regular visits and weekend meetups happened less often. Margaret began feeling alone, waiting for calls that did not always come. Then she decided to do something different. She reconnected with old friends, joined a local group, and picked up hobbies that helped her meet new people. Soon, her days were filled with conversations, shared moments, and a new sense of purpose. She did not have to depend on her family to feel close to others. She created that closeness herself. Friendships, community groups, even casual connections offer something valuable, a feeling of belonging. Whether it is a neighbor you speak with, a book club you join, or a fitness class you attend, having people around you outside of family gives you emotional strength. And the more connections you make now, the more support you will have later in life. So ask yourself, who brings joy into your life right now? If you do not have a clear answer, it might be time to grow your network, because in the end, a strong social life is not just about avoiding loneliness. It is about having people who uplift you, who remind you of your value, and who make every phase of life more meaningful. Pillar 4, your sense of purpose, one of the most forgotten yet powerful sources of support is not another person. It is your own sense of purpose. After turning 60, many people begin to notice a change. The roles that once gave life meaning, being a parent, an employee, or a caregiver, start to fade. You retire, your children live their own lives, and daily routines begin to slow down. Without clear direction, it is easy to feel unnoticed, unimportant, or even lost. Your family may love you, but they cannot give you a sense of purpose. That is something only you can create for yourself. Having a reason to get up each morning, whether it is a passion, a goal, or a small project, keeps your mind alert, your emotions balanced, and your life meaningful. It helps you stay connected to the world rather than just watching it go by. Take someone like George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. When he stopped working, he looked forward to some rest. But within a few months, he started to feel uneasy, as though something was missing. His days began to feel empty. His children visited now and then, but they had their own routines. That is when George decided to do something about it. He began volunteering at a local school, teaching young students how to build simple projects. In no time, he had something to look forward to, something that gave him a feeling of purpose and involvement. Purpose does not have to come from work. It can be found in many things. Learning a skill, guiding others, growing plants, painting, seeing new places, or just setting personal targets. It is about doing activities that bring happiness and keep your mind and heart engaged. If you have started feeling like your best days are over, it is time to rethink that idea. Your sense of purpose does not fade with age. It changes form. And the more you focus on creating meaning in your daily life, the less you will depend on others to feel fulfilled. Because in the end, the most dependable support is not someone leading you forward. It is the inner drive that keeps you moving. If you are still watching this video and found this part useful, comment number 4 below so I know you are following along. And if you have not subscribed yet, I suggest you do, and turn on the bell so you get updates on new videos. Your support helps us keep making thoughtful content that informs and encourages you. Now let us continue. Pillar 5, your emotional resilience. Life continues to test you at every age. Turning 60 does not remove challenges, it simply brings different ones. Friends move on, loved ones pass away, health concerns appear, and at times, life may feel lonelier than before. No matter how much help you get from others, your most steady source of strength will always come from within. It is your ability to adjust, handle emotions, and find calm in hard times that allows you to keep going, especially when things do not turn out the way you hope. Many people expect family to always be their emotional safety net. They believe their children, siblings, or relatives will be there to offer comfort. But the truth is, everyone has their own struggles. They may not always have the time, energy, or space to give you the emotional support you need. That is why it is so important to build emotional resilience. It gives you the strength to rely on yourself during difficult times instead of always looking outward for support. Seeking that strength from others can only take you so far. Take the story of Helen, a 75-year-old woman who lost her husband after 40 years of marriage. At first, she leaned on her children for emotional support, but over time, she realized that even though they cared for her deeply, they had their own families and busy lives to handle. She understood that she could not expect them to fill the empty space she was feeling inside. Rather than letting grief take over, she made the choice to build herself back up emotionally. She joined a support group, began journaling, and practiced gratitude every day. With time, she uncovered something meaningful. She did not need someone else to take away her sadness. She found that she had the inner strength to heal herself. Emotional resilience is not about hiding your feelings or acting strong all the time. It is about recognizing your pain, working through it in healthy ways, and building habits that help you deal with life's challenges calmly. It means having tools, whether it is writing, meditation, therapy, or simply taking time to reflect, that help you find peace inside yourself instead of relying on others to bring it to you. Whatever life brings, your ability to stay steady on your own will always be one of your biggest sources of strength. The more you grow your emotional resilience, the less you will feel the need to depend on others to feel complete. Because in the end, the one person who will be with you through every struggle and every success is you. Pillar 6. Your ability to adapt. If there is one thing to know about life after 60, it is this: change is constant. People evolve, situations shift, and what once felt dependable may no longer be the same. The secret to doing well during this phase of life is not clinging to how things used to be. It is your ability to adjust that matters most. Those who find this stage difficult are often the ones who resist change, who hold on tightly to the past instead of facing the present. But those who learn to adapt, who stay open and welcome new ideas, are the ones who find meaning and happiness, no matter what life throws their way. Many people think that reaching a certain age means they cannot change. But that kind of thinking can actually hold you back. It may stop you from exploring new experiences, meeting new people, or gaining knowledge that could make your life better. Being flexible is not only about accepting change, it is about actively looking for ways to grow through it. Take Frank, a 78-year-old man who always stayed connected through face-to-face friendships. When many of his friends moved away or passed on, he felt disconnected. He thought, maybe this is just what happens when you get older. But instead of giving in to that idea, he chose to shift with the times. He learned how to use video calls to talk with family who lived far away, joined an online group about history, and even formed a few new friendships along the way. Instead of being held back by change, he allowed it to help him grow. The people who thrive after 60 are not always the ones with the most resources or support. They are the ones who keep learning, stay curious, and do not let themselves get stuck. If one door closes, they look for another way through. If a relationship changes, they find a new way to stay in touch. If something stops working, they are ready to try a different approach. Your ability to adjust is one of the most powerful forms of support you can have. It helps you face life with steady strength. Optimism and confidence grow stronger when you welcome change rather than fear it. The more you accept it, the less you will feel like something is being taken away. Instead, you will start to see that each stage of life brings new things to gain. If you are still watching and finding this content useful, type 6 in the comments to let me know you are here. Your support encourages me to keep producing content that matters to you. And if you have not subscribed yet, I suggest subscribing and turning on the bell so you stay updated with all our videos. Your support helps us continue making quality, content that informs and motivates you. Final thoughts. Reaching 60 and beyond brings both insight and challenges, and even though your family will always be important to you, the truth is that the most consistent support in your life does not come from others. It comes from the foundation you create for yourself. Your financial strength ensures you never have to depend on someone else to get through. Your physical well-being allows you to stay active, independent, and in control of your life. Your friendships and social ties help keep you engaged and emotionally satisfied. Your sense of purpose gives each day direction and meaning, no matter your age. Your emotional resilience helps you manage tough times with strength, and your flexibility helps you move forward, even when life changes unexpectedly. If these 6 foundations are in place, you will never feel completely alone. You will not need to ask for help constantly or feel stuck in hard situations. You will not have to wait for someone else to rescue you, because real strength does not come from expecting others to carry you. It comes from knowing that you are already strong enough to stand on your own, no matter what life brings. Thank you for being here today. We would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment and share one thing you learned and how you might apply it in your life. Your thoughts matter to us, so feel free to share. Reading your comments gives us a lot of motivation and positive energy. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating quality content that informs and inspires. Thanks again for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.